Hello everyone, this is the husband from Texas Roadrunners. This is our Eagle Cap 1165 and we're going to take a look at the inside. You've got a step in the camper itself. Now one thing about the 1165 that we absolutely love is this floor is raised up high, and you don't notice it until you get to the bed area. Now in most trucks, or truck campers, slide-in campers, that bed area requires some kind of step mechanism where you have to climb up into it. But this one, the floor is raised on the whole unit, so you don't have to do that. I'm working with a gimbal here, so bear with me a bit. So this bed area comes just above my knee, and when it's time to climb in there, it's a piece of cake. I'm going to back up a little bit here. So the first thing is the dinette, standard dinette. It does have the table on a bracket, and you just pull a lever and push that table down. There's no legs to bother with or anything like that. Self-stores. And in each of these seats is drawers. Almost everything is drawers too, which is really nice. So you have these really big drawers, lots of storage. There's two of those. When this dinette is slid in, it's so tight that it just barely closes up against this. Right there where that little piece of wall comes out. I mean, there's just the slightest gap. So on the island, we have an outlet on the back side. So you can plug something in and work on the table, a crock pot or something like that. Of course, you have your power supply and your detectors, carbon dioxide, I think, and carbon monoxide. May have those switched around. One of them's heavier than air, the other one's lighter, so one... I think the monoxide is lighter. I think that's part of the smoke detector, but pretty standard equipment. All that stuff is pretty standard. Okay, so we have our little command station. I can't think of what they call this, but we have the water pump. So if you're dry camping, you turn that on and that pumps water out of your tank. You got the gas water heater, and this one is propane only, not electric. Then you have your entry light, which is this big light up here. This has a light all the way around the skylight, which is really nice. We use that whenever we leave in the morning. We don't know if we'll be back before dark. And then you have the porch light, that's the outside. You have your tank levels, which will look at the tanks. So we have a third in our fresh water, and our black and gray are empty. And then we hit the button again and we have our battery voltage, chassis, which is the truck, which we're not plugged into the truck, and we have our house voltage, which is 13.8. The reason why that's fluctuating, and I actually have all the lights on, all the lighting in this unit is LED, so it uses very little power. We also have a 150 watt solar panel on the roof, which is going to run everything really well. Earlier I had the radio on, all the lights on, and I also have the fantastic fan on, and it's still fully charged, so it runs all that stuff with ease. Then we have our generator, and all I have to do is hold this stop button to prime it, and then I hit start and it starts right up. And then we have that powers up everything just like you're plugged into shore power, campground power. We have the TV, which I believe is 32-inch. You pull that chain there and that TV swivels out away from the wall, so you can access behind it, or you can change the angle to someone sitting at the dinette so they could view it a little easier. And we have the radio. A lot of this stuff is standard equipment now. The TV is also 12 volts. Both TVs, they're 12 volts, so they'll all run on the solar power. Then we have the radio. You have AM, FM, auxiliary. We'll talk about it in another video. And then you have DVD and USB. And so this is a built-in DVD player. You just put the disc right in there, and it'll play your movie right over the radio. Radio also has an alarm, which we did not know and found out the hard way at 2 a.m. one time when it went off. Somehow we accidentally turned it on. And it works really well. We have pantry storage here. These are shallow, but you can fit a mason jar and you can fit canned goods in there. The RV has an antenna, over-the-air antenna, digital, for the TVs. It's also wired for cable. To swap this TV in here, you move that antenna down to the bottom one. Right now it's set on over-the-air. If you want cable, then you hook it to the bottom one. The antenna is no longer mounted on the roof. This one is built into the camper. Then you have your standard microwave. That's not a convection microwave. 3-burner. And this does have the oven, which has been used. Then we have storage under here, big storage box. There's storage under the sink.